Hola amigos, it's Micah here. This week's going to be a little bit different. As you see, it's only me today. Steven unfortunately cannot join us because he was sick, but I got you guys. Today we're sitting down with our amigo, Mr. Alex Parra. He is a DJ slash producer slash promoter slash business owner, everything under the sun from Las Vegas. So really good conversation. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much.
Well, we are recording. Again, don't be nervous.
I'm really not. I feel like you might be more nervous than me.
I always get like a little bit of like the pre jitters for some odd reason, even though I have known you since how many years has it been?
Well, it's been on and off. I mean, we talk here and there, but I'd say around like 7
7 years? Yeah,
years.
2015.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Probably 8 years.
That's
No,
crazy.
Seven.
Yeah. What's up, you guys? It's Micah, and we are sitting here with a dear friend of mine. He is a DJ, but also owns his own promotion company, Las Vegas native, Mr. Alex Parra. Welcome to Phoenix.
How you doing, Micah?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
So, Parra, like we were just talking about, I've known you for 7 years now, and do you ever think that, or did you ever see us sitting down in a setting like this?
Well, I didn't see us, but I knew you were in the field, so
Mhm.
I assumed if we ever crossed paths again, we would be able to then, kind of collaborate and work as such. So yeah.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're cross collaborating.
Yeah.
And I feel like now more than ever, because both of us are on similar like wavelengths and like similar paths. Like yes, I've been working in this industry, but like I feel like now we're kind of seeing a slow, steady incline. And then same with you, with your DJing and your promotions and everything that you got going on. I feel like you're at that steady incline, and I see a bright future, honestly. I mean, you've been killing it. You're doing shows out in Vegas. You're expanding out here to Tempe, Phoenix, and then you just did stuff in San Diego. Like, how does that feel to know and to see that growth?
Yeah, I'd say it's all very like organic.
Uh-huh.
It all just happens with, very naturally, honestly. When you put your love into it and you just focus every single day, you wake up wanting to do it. It's very different than, choosing to go to a place where somebody wants you to do something instead of you wanting to do it. So when you wake up, you're very motivated. You do stuff efficiently and you want to make stuff work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what drives you to work?
What drives me? I'm very competitive.
Uh-huh.
So if I see someone doing something, I want to either not say copy it, but I want to do what I take the good thing even out of my
Right.
competitors. So I'll take the good things out of them and then I'll learn from that. And then I learned a lot from my mistakes too. So it's
True.
like I've learned to now, instead of hating my mistakes, loving them,
Right.
appreciating them, and then, being better.
I love that analogy. It's like I've learned to love my mistakes, because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of time we look at our mistakes as like something so horrible and like we're never to do that again. But also when you start to change that mindset, it's like, no, yes, it was a mistake, but now I know and I have that knowledge to be like, okay, I know what not to do in that situation.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to be better than I was last time.
And think about this. If you were to make this mistake, would you rather make the mistake quicker than later or sooner than later?
Mm-hmm.
Correct, because then you're making it now and you're learning for the future.
So that you can fix it, so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, so it actually makes me happy when I make a mistake, because then I've already learned it,
Right.
and I can then move on, and then I won't make it at a higher, when there's higher risk.
Right. For sure. For sure. And I think, again, by you saying you're making the mistakes now, and you never want to make the same mistake twice, because if you do that, then now you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's get into like the whole company aspect, because this has been a journey in itself. Because I remember you had a name and there was one promotion company, and then now there's a whole new face, a whole new name. Like, tell us and tell everybody who's going to be listening, like, what is it that you do and what is it that you have right now as a company?
Yeah, so I mean, I started at UNLV with you, obviously, and at UNLV, Las Vegas isn't much of a college school per se, but we do have we had our fraternities, and then we had everyone who wanted to then party. So what I named my business, it's Unity Events. So we were there to unite those fraternities and essentially create one big party. So when that happened, We just wanted to continue on into the summer, because obviously there isn't school in the summer for 80% of people,
Right.
probably even more. But that's what we did, and people wanted to continue with that, especially because of the locals. They didn't have much to do. There were other parties and other event companies, but we wanted to do something different, more of unique. Again, unite the locals and create something for every part of the city. So that's what we really wanted to do. But at the moment, we're doing pretty good because we kept our roots.
Right.
We stuck to that, and now we can still cater to that crowd, and then even recruit the younger crowd as well.
So when you say roots, you mean like college students?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So college students, those are our roots. But now I've been working more towards other sides of the city as well. So I have Hispanic roots. I grew up in Northtown Las Vegas, and then I went to the east side, and I know a lot of people there. So I've never really tapped into that side until now. And I feel it's going really well because, again, I'm a Hispanic, and everyone else, I relate to them.
Right.
Yeah. With music as well.
Oh, for sure. I feel like music is a universal language. I mean, you can talk to anybody and everybody about music, and you can all relate to at least one thing. But I do want to touch on the Vegas subject. So you are born and raised in Vegas. And would you say that there is a culture for music within Vegas?
Yeah, so I feel like the locals, well, we're obviously spoiled. We have every single club.
Correct.
With every single DJ.
Right.
With every single opportunity to see literally everyone.
Right.
So Super Bowl weekend example, we had all the artists, or Kanye, I don't even want to talk about it. But
Yeah.
But the local scene does want something different. They don't want to just go to the club and spend hundreds of dollars on a night. They want to go see their friends and spend a couple of, probably $20, $40 a night.
Yeah.
And listen to the same artist that they would have then heard at a club or even at a festival. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I want to do. I also like to give away free tickets too. So if I don't do like a guest list of like 100 or 200 so people can just go in there for free, it doesn't make sense to me. So, I want to give people an opportunity to go for free. And then, if you snooze, you lose, obviously. The next couple of days, I have to make some money with ticket sales.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can't hook everybody up.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, that's the thing about these small businesses. They're not even small businesses, but like, I guess, supporting each other. I feel like there should be some give and take where, coming to you, for example, like, I'm not going to ask you for free tickets. I'm like, yo, I want to go to the show. And honestly, I'd rather pay for a ticket because I'm supporting you and your dream.
Yeah.
It's those people who are just like, oh, like, can I get a free ticket? Like, can I do this? Like, can I do that? And they're just like, kind of like going along with you. And it's like, look, at one point, do you have to really step back and say, like, are you really supporting me?
Yeah.
Or are you like, just like trying to come along and like mooch off of me?
Well, you see, that's the thing. At first, I absolutely couldn't do that because I had to, I had my margins and I had to meet them. And at first, I didn't even win any money. It was more of a loss,
Right.
But it was more for exposure. And now I can afford to do that. So I can afford to hook people up. I can afford to do a lot of things, So now it's a lot easier for me. So I go to people and I offer it. And if they come to me and I know that they can then provide value for me in the future, I'm more than happy to do so. Yeah.
Oh, he got money now.
It's not even that. I mean, it's now I'm at the point where I'm just comfortable,
Right.
But that's also very, very dangerous because you don't want to be comfortable. You want to keep going.
You want to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say, like, when you get too comfortable, then you obviously you stop growing. So it's like, how do you push those boundaries,
Well, it all comes down to the bigger picture, really. I mean, I wake up every day and I'm on my phone. Like, I'll wake up, I'm on my phone. Like, I'll be in bed for like another hour, but I'm just working and I'm just thinking of ways to improve. And it's natural. It doesn't really I don't think about it. I just wake up and I start doing it. I could probably work out first or something. But yeah, but like,
I'm like, me too, honestly.
But I'll just do it at night. But no, I mean, that's really the bigger thing here is just about like the love for it. So
right.
Yeah, I'll go out and, go with my friends, and then at night, if I have a couple of drinks, I'll even do some work. Then
Right.
It's like because I want to get ahead every time. It's like a high, I want to get.
Oh,
ahead.
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm such a night owl, so like if it'll be like last night, I got home around probably like 11:30, 8. I didn't go to bed till like 2:30 because I started working on some stuff, and like I felt more productive from the hours of 12 to 2 than I do during the daytime.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's crazy that people think that, or they have like this misconception that like oh, you have to only work 9 to 5, or these are your hours of operation. No, like I operate at all hours of the night, my friend.
Yeah, and I've thought about this a lot. I mean, I've always like, should I just get another job and do this? And I'm like,
Nah.
it's not gonna work for me because low key, like the drive of me not going back to a job and the motivation of me failing like just drives me even more.
Yeah.
I just want to keep going. It's like I can't go back. I just can't,
Yeah. You're too far in.
I mean, not even that. It's just, I mean, I am far in, but it's also like I don't choose to go back. It's like, I don't know.
But
it's freedom.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I feel like that's almost like everybody's story. It's like they don't have another choice. Like this is the only way that they're gonna succeed. So they have to go down this path. It's not gonna be an easy one, but like they choose to go down this path, and guess what? 9 times out of 10, they come out successful.
Well, yeah, you could say so, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like they have that end goal. You know what I mean?
The people.
Yeah,
that
the people that
do
do choose to do it. Yeah,
But
like,
a lot of people try to do it and fail as well, though.
right. But it's those people who keep on
Who can do
going.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
who can do it. And I get it, like, finances and money and opportunity, but like being okay, so I'm gonna touch on this too, like being Hispanic.
Correct.
I feel like a lot of times, because me moving to Las Vegas right out of high school for my family was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you stepping out? Like, this is your home. Like, this is your safe space. And like, because I moved to a big city, they were like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I just feel like when you step out of that comfort zone, like some people get intimidated, or they're just like, wait, you're going against the norm.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thrive. I really thrive in those positions. If it's like if it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
I like that because I know not everyone can do that, and I know I'm already doing a lot of things that other people aren't doing.
Right.
So I've kind of learned to discover as well. If I'm doing that, that's how the rich get richer because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is willing to do it.
Right.
Nobody will do it.
Yeah.
And they will. So they're gonna rack up.
They're
all that
going to
money.
go and do it. Yeah. And they're going to get the money and do everything. Yeah.
And then those people talk to those same people as well, and they build a community, and they keep winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never lose.
But I'm talking about like being Hispanic and like your family, for example, because like my grandma doesn't understand that like I don't have a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like she just like doesn't get like, oh, you don't work 9 to 5 like Monday through Friday. Like she just, because I have 3 part-time jobs. Like this is a part-time job for me, but it's also my grind, and I see the bigger picture. So like coming from a Hispanic family, like what does your family say about this whole thing?
Well, my mom, it's funny because at first they both didn't really believe in the entertainment business. My dad did believe in the business side of it though.
Right.
He understands business. He has his own flooring company. So does my brother. So they understood that part at least. It was actually up until recently where I had an event at Circa. Well, it wasn't my event, but I was DJing the event. And my dad comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you were on the news, or you were on the radio." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So, and that's crazy. Like, my name was on the radio, and like a lot of my like uncles saw my name too, and they told him.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Damn, you're really doing it, huh?" And I'm like, I guess. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like almost that like I told you so moment. Like you didn't like you almost proved them wrong in a sense.
Yeah, but it's not that I really proved them wrong because they've always believed in me.
Okay.
So it's just that they just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
They didn't know what the deal was.
I think again for a lot of and again my parents and grandparents, like even still my dad recently just told me, he was like, you should think about getting like a full-time job. Like you need security.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but also like I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I'm not married. Like I'm still in my 20s. Like I can make the mistakes now.
Yeah.
I would understand if I was like 35 starting off doing this. Not that it's a bad thing that anyone's starting off at whatever age, but I'm saying like it's make the mistakes now we were just talking about, so that like later on we can be established. But also, again, my family, they sometimes don't get it. They don't get the whole fiasco of like everything that I'm involved in.
Yeah, and I feel after the pandemic, there's been a lot of more entrepreneurs. I mean, and recently they know it's tough. They understand, but they try it, and a lot have succeeded.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of stuff on social media of people that started it just recently, and I learn to appreciate. I take in something from each entrepreneur. So,
Oh, for sure. And like the power of social media, like
that grew too.
that is crazy.
So much.
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like social
Yeah.
media was like a tool for us to just be like cool and share and for clout almost. But now I feel like the social media gain is for like
Yeah.
business. Like, how can I make money off of this?
Dude, I now can get a marketing degree. So I knew nothing about marketing, knew nothing about graphic design. I knew nothing about, ads, ad spend, everything.
Mhm.
And now I can pretty much do all my digital marketing. I can do all of it myself. I ran my ads today. I can create my own flyers. I can take my own video, and I can manipulate all that stuff too.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like,
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Trust me. I do that too. I do marketing consulting on the
Nice.
side, and like it's social media, the calendars and
Yeah.
the graphic design and scheduling out, like that's it, it's a job. Whereas, I would even say as early as like 10 to 5 years ago, like that was non-existent.
No, there wasn't a need for it. I
No.
mean, there was, but it wasn't as big,
No, because I feel like now most of the news that you get or advertisements is through social media.
Instagram,
Inst-
Facebook.
Oh, bro, I can't even tell you how many times I've been like caught, or not caught, but like I've gotten got by the Instagram ads.
Yeah.
And like I buy this product or I buy this thing and I'm like, why did I just buy that? But it's because it's on social media and because all that too. But I just feel like I'm easily influenced, and that's why the term influencer and stuff like that. So it's
I mean,
crazy.
it all comes down to, see, I was getting a haircut yesterday, and my barber always gives me a cut. So the first time he asked me, hey man, I see like your hair is looking good, whatever. Do you want some pomade? And I'm like, I need some pomade. Yeah, I'll buy it. And it's like sometimes all you need is to ask someone,
Right.
do you want this? And that's what
And
Facebook
you
does
bought
to
the
you.
pomade.
Yeah, I bought it. Yeah. I bought it, and I forgot it at home, but I'll use it when I get there.
Oh, okay. Hence the hat today.
Yeah, well, I have a hairspray too, so we'll use that.
Oh my goodness. So, we kind of touched on us. We met in college. Shout out to Kappa Sigma, A to B, brother. Isn't that so crazy? I don't know. I always think about this. I'm like, that's so crazy because when I tell people that I was in a fraternity, they're like, you were a frat boy? And I was like, Vegas is not like a typical fraternity city, or like it's not a typical like college city. And I just feel like if I didn't go to Vegas, I wouldn't be a K-Sig at ASU.
No, there's different friend groups. Each and every fraternity has a different friend group within each college as well.
Right.
So when you go to Reno and Kasich, you might have different friends, and over here in Vegas, it's different. So it really just depends on the friend groups.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how it's with DJing as well. So with my event group, my promotion group, there's different friend groups, DJ friends, and you can have different events as well with that. So
yeah, that's sick though, because again, you build that network and then you guys continue to grow together.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it works so well with
Yeah.
fraternities. Like I connect everything together.
Right.
And I relate to it with fraternities and all that.
But you always were like first of all, you were social chair.
Social chair.
So like that's already a given, very social person. But I felt like there was always like that, like, oh, if you're Kasich, you can't talk to this person or this person, and like have that like underline, like, oh, you have to hate them for being in a different organization. But like I never got that from you. I always felt like you had friends everywhere and like we're cool with everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So you use that to your advantage to create this product that you now have that's obviously becoming very successful.
Yeah, and we apply it now to other cities. The same.
Look at where we're at.
Yeah,
We met in Vegas and now we're here in Phoenix.
Yeah, discovering what I did right now at this very moment.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying though. Like everything comes very natural. It just like hits my brain and I just do it. And I think it all just relates to the love of it.
Right.
You just, you do it every day. I looked at a video just recently of James Hype, and my roommate told me this also, Evan. He's also a DJ, but he told me if you do something every single day, at least for like 30 minutes, and you do it every day, you're going to get so ahead. Shout out to Kobe as well. I mean, he would train every single day, and he would literally, he'd be there 30 minutes earlier or even an hour. But that's the goal. It's just repetition and consistency.
Yeah, I think that's so important. It's just consistency. You got to keep going. Like the first time you do it, you're going to suck.
Yeah.
But like if you do it 10 to 12 times, you're going to get a little bit better.
A little bit.
But you got to do it 100 times to be good at it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So how do you think, your college experience has contributed to this idea or this creation of your own company?
Well, obviously, it has a lot to do with it because of the system, but networking,
Mm-hmm.
networking is so important. People don't realize that. I mean, I thrive in it because I can talk to people and I can be very genuine. So it's not an issue for me because I mean good, It's like I'm going to
Right.
talk to someone, I don't want something from you. Obviously if I want to work with you, then I approach you as such and like, hey, let's
Right.
work. But it's like I'm not going to someone because I want something from them, I want you,
Right.
I want
You want to build those genuine connections.
exactly. And if I don't see value there, then, I'll just leave you alone. It's
Yeah.
not really, it's very black and white for me, honestly.
Well, that's very rare because specifically in the music industry, like a lot of people are going to be like, okay, what can I get out of you? And like take advantage of you. And like,
Yeah.
they don't care. Like, trust me, I know people like when I was starting off in Vegas, like they didn't care who or what you were. Like they were in this thing for themselves.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're good.
But they were like in this thing for themselves and like they didn't care what they had to do or what they had to say to get ahead. And you know what? Shout out to them because they are now living in LA and working for these big networking groups and like they hustled.
Yeah.
But I saw that and I was like, wow, like you're not a nice person. Like I don't want to be your friend. Like I don't even want to do business with you.
Yeah. You have to, if you want to run a business, you have to be friends with everyone.
Yeah.
You'll grow some enemies here and there, but you'll have to let that go. I mean, it's everyone's gonna grow some hate here and there.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you grow enemies, it can backfire on you. So you have to let things go sometimes.
I always say never burn a bridge. Like you always want to like keep that bridge there because
Yeah.
you just like never know and like kind of keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Not hate them. I wish you well. Like,
Yeah.
just because we don't see eye to eye on something, like that's fine.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not going to like bash your name because that's just not my character. That's not me.
It's always important never to burn a bridge, but I always like to be in control of the gate to the bridge. So if I don't
Oh.
want, yeah, so it's like if I don't want access to somebody else, gaining access to me again, I'm gonna cut it off, But it's
Right.
like obviously you never want to burn it, but sometimes some people are
You're just going to
toxic.
lock it.
Yeah, just like good luck,
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate you. Good luck. You're human. I'm
Exactly.
human. But we can't work together and we just can't communicate at the moment. Good luck.
I think like, yeah, that's a great analogy. Like
Yeah.
good luck, you're going to close that gate on that bridge. And I can probably assume that on this journey, like you've probably lost a lot of friends and like people that you probably were close with at one point
Yeah.
that you don't even talk to anymore.
Yeah, and I always say everyone's a good human being, It's
Right.
just like we all make mistakes out of, impulse or, it's just money. Money can cause
Oh
greed.
God.
Money can cause
Yeah.
a lot of greed. And, I'm glad I came from, not much money, but I came from a lot of love. So
Yeah.
we can figure it out.
Oh, for sure. I think definitely that's one of the things that I pride myself on is definitely like I didn't come from much.
Yeah.
And so I'm just appreciative of every step along the way. Like even having little opportunities like this, I'm like, yes, let's go do it. Like I'm
Yeah.
so happy because
Yeah.
I didn't have access to any of this, And
Yeah.
so being in these spaces and being in these rooms, I'm just so appreciative of even being here. So tell me this, what's one of the craziest experiences that you've had in this journey so far?
Wow, I've had a couple. I mean, if we're being, yeah, I've had a lot of crazy experiences, but the most craziest one is dealing with like my own like just mental sanity and like a physical health. Like you have to really focus. You have to learn to take care of yourself. You have to learn to realize that you only have one body, one life.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people in this industry, they get hit quick. So it's like if you don't realize that, if you don't take care of yourself, that can really like backfire on you. I've had I've been hungover several times, and it's like, do I really want to do this? So it's taught me to then be responsible and disciplined.
Yeah.
So it's not much of a crazy experience, but let's just say that I've been I've been in bad mental state sometimes, and I have to pick myself back up quick if I want to make this
Yeah.
work. So.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you recognize that because
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of people, they don't, and then
Yeah.
they're too far in, and then
Exactly.
it's hard to get them out of that. So what are some things that you're doing to set those boundaries or like
Yeah.
to take care of yourself?
Yeah, so now I can honestly say that I'm doing really good because I love to play soccer, I love to lift, I love to do exercise, I snowboard. just 2 days ago, I worked out. I also went snowboarding and I played a soccer game. So
Oh wow.
pretty sore right now, actually extremely sore, but I feel good.
You better than me because I haven't been on this whole week. I have not gone, so I'm like, I need to go.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good that you're like recognizing that, and I feel
Yeah.
like, again, setting yourself up in that way to be healthy is only gonna have healthy results.
Exactly. One more thing. I mean, I do work in this industry, and it's very important to recognize, when you work with people, you have to be professional. So I used to look up to a lot of these people that I'm now almost close to either working with or competing with. So it's like, it's crazy to even realize that, I used to attend a lot of events from different promoters that I always admired. And now I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I need to work on this side now and try to like do my event now. So, I need to look out for them
Right.
and stuff. And now artists that I see in person and I shake their hand and I'm like, hey man, I'm actually a really big fan of you.
Yeah.
And I opened for Troy Boy just a couple of weeks ago and I shook his hand and I'm like, here you go, man. Here's the sticks. Like, you're next.
That's crazy.
I know. And I'm like, dude, I went to your show for my birthday 3 years ago. I went to Red Rocks and I shook his hand. I'm like, here you go, man. You're next. Like, enjoy your show. He's like, hey, nice meeting you.
Wow.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't that such like a surreal moment? You're just like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I just, there's been countless times where I've run into artists too, and I'm like, how am I in this room right now? But it's through those experience. You can't like knock your work. And I feel like sometimes we as humans just like always doubt ourselves. Like me, for example, my biggest insecurity is like, I always like, I'm not good enough. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not handsome enough. Like, I'm always like, you're not good enough. But then I find myself in these rooms and I'm like, wait a second, bitch, you are
doing it.
Exactly. And so we just have to keep on reminding ourselves, but also that stems from keeping our mind healthy, our body healthy, and just like on that incline of success.
And yeah, I'd say I'm pretty confident as well. I mean,
Oh my God, yes you are.
Well, no, but like not
no.
cocky.
No. But I'm saying you are, and it
Yeah.
just like bring back so many memories of like you and I going out, and you're like, oh, we can't do that. Watch this, and like you'll go and you'll do it.
Let's
you
do
know,
it, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it all comes down to like just believing in yourself and knowing that things are possible out there. Because if it doesn't start with you, I mean, then it won't start with anything else. Not with your business, not with your family, your friends. You need to be confident. You need to be able to just conquer the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And have that mindset of just like you can do anything.
You really could. Yeah.
Because you honestly, and it's so cliche. I was thinking about this. Like people are like, you can do anything you want. Like you literally can.
Yeah. I mean, some people. I mean, it's true when people say you can't do it. It's true. If you tell yourself you can't do it, you're right.
Right.
So it's like
you're only setting yourself for setting yourself up for failure.
Confidence, consistency, and just believe in yourself.
Yeah. So let's talk about like, we talked about this in the car right on the way here, because you and I are both in relationships, and I kind of want to like hear your point of view because like I feel like I was talking more, but like being in this entertainment industry, like this music industry, we're surrounded by all these people who are looking to get something from us, whether that's free tickets or free this or free that, but also like we have people in our personal lives that we also have to take care of.
True.
Our families, close friends, significant others. Like, how do you balance, being Alex Parra, the promoter, versus Alex Parra, the boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have learned to then maneuver my way around things. I mean, at first, I don't know I'm doing wrong. So I'm a very loyal person, If
right.
It's like, if my girlfriend doesn't want me to do something, I'm not going to do it, obviously. But I also know what's right. So sometimes I do something accidentally and then she tells me and I'm like, damn, I'm never going to do that again.
Right.
I know it hurts your feelings, this and that. Like I have to post women on my social media sometimes and I could go overboard sometimes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't mean harm with it. It's all for the love of my business as well. But I've learned to balance it by just communicating. So, I mean, obviously if my significant other thinks something is wrong, I'm going to do my best to fix it. And I sometimes will be like, okay, well, you're going overboard with this because I have good intentions. It's not my, intention to do something bad, but it goes back and forth because, jealousy could be a factor. But then again, I don't, do things, with that purpose. Intentionally.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I do it for the love of my business and it could then, shift over to maybe, you know, there could be confusion about having love for somebody else.
Yeah. No, trust me. It's a fine line because I feel like I balance that too. Like we were just at the Post Malone show here in Phoenix,
Yeah.
and like one of the listeners who knows me, loves me, and she literally told my girlfriend, she's like, I love Micah. Like, isn't he so handsome? I just want to smack his ass. And she literally like was like playing with me, and she's like this older woman, and like she's cute. You
I
know,
was like, that's sexual.
no. But like she was like this older woman, and then like my girlfriend, I didn't know if she felt like insecure or like, oh my God, like what is this? But she
Yeah.
was like joking. She's like, girl, I don't care, like go. And at that moment, I can tell it kind of made her uncomfortable just because it was like, hey, like she had never seen me interacting with like other people besides her in like that way, which obviously we were drinking, having a good time. I was just playing around, but then like I also have to take into account like this is my significant other. Like I have to respect her as well.
Yes, you have.
And I have to like set those boundaries and be like, oh no, girl, you know, like and if she's there, like I'm gonna know, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing things like this, you know?
Yeah, and I totally understand that. And sometimes I feel like it's also my lack of experience. That's like my first girlfriend too, so I sometimes don't know things. I mean, I do know what's right, obviously, but like certain other things as well. But, you know, it is all about respect, though. So I have to communicate, have a dialogue, and see what she feels, and then fix it.
Yeah.
You know, create a solution with that. But no, I mean, my girlfriend's hot. So, I mean, she understands. No, I mean, she understands. She should be confident about herself. You know, if she left me, you know, she's a hotter person. So it's like.
Yeah. No, I love your girlfriend. I love Daniela. So, like, she's always been a good friend. And I just feel like, because, again, she is in that spotlight. Like she is the DJ's girlfriend.
Correct,
and so
yeah.
like she's not competing, but I feel like girls almost feel like they have to compete with the other girls who are in the DJ booth.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, who are you? Or like, what is it? You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. As a business owner and for an event, if you have girls on the DJ booth, like that's beautiful. Like it looks great for the camera.
Right.
You can sell it better. You can sell your product a lot better. You can have better media. You can then create better videos. To then promote other events.
And
then DJs love it too because then DJs see that they have girls behind them. Okay, cool. Now other DJs want to be in that booth.
Right, because look at the girls that are there.
Exactly. So it's like there's a whole science to it.
Oh yeah.
Physics, whatever.
Physics.
Yeah, it's physics, brother.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But it's just crazy that, you know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And like I can't explain it. Like we can't change those. And those are sometimes like what's the word I'm looking for? Like just like the norms of like the industry.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because, you know, like you know, there's some people out there like, oh, well, why are all the skinny white girls like just in the DJ booth? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just for that reason.
But then like there's a science to it because again, what appeals to the masses?
Yeah, what appeals? It all comes back to the money. Whatever
Exactly.
makes sense.
Whatever makes the most money.
Exactly.
Like fucking Paris Hilton's DJing. This bitch don't know how to DJ.
Yeah, and that's the thing about TikTok DJs or like influencer DJs have become, you know, huge in the span of like one night. You know, it's because for one they look good, well most, and then two they're very popular. You know, they're influencers and people look up to them. People look up to influencers now more than even celebrities.
Yeah.
Or even athletes or whatever the case, just because of, you know, one song or one performance they did or something.
Bro, I saw Summer Rae has like a Vegas residency.
She's at Live, yeah.
And I'm like,
Charlie
wait.
Jordan too.
Well, I don't know who she is.
Oh, okay.
But I'd been seeing her a lot lately just through like XS and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's on theirs.
Well, James Kennedy, do you know him?
Isn't he on the Real Housewives or like Vanderpump? Yeah, not Real Housewives. Yeah, Vanderpump.
Oh, my girlfriend told me that. I don't watch that.
I don't watch it either. My girlfriend watches that too, but yeah, they kind of told me like the whole like drama or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get it sometimes.
Well, it all comes down to your reach, honestly. I mean, he has a big following.
Yeah.
If you have a big following, you're popular. You're gonna bring a big crowd. If you bring a big crowd, you're going to spend money. And that's how it is with these local DJs as well. A lot of these DJs want to hop on and, you know, they'll have like 100 followers, 500, whatever. And it's like, okay, dude, like you can DJ good, but you need to be like a full product. You need to be able to have friends that can show up and spend and then friends that will promote for you. Because at the end of the day, what does it come back to? The money.
The money.
And then
how much money you're bringing in for you, the venue. Yeah, it's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, look more to the music. So obviously, I still put the same friends I started with. I haven't left none of them, and then I also kept the same photographer, videographer from the very first time he pulled up. So he's grown a lot, and I like to be loyal and committed to them.
Oh, good. That's super sick that you can like build a team around your vision.
Exactly, same team. I haven't switched up really on people.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
But it's also like that in the music oh well, you are technically in the music industry, but the way that you're seeing it as like DJs, hey, who has the reach, who has the numbers, who can, sell tickets essentially. That's what A&Rs and like other people like record labels look at people now. Why are so many TikTok artists being signed? Because guess what? They already have a following. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, the data, the pool, the reach. But like back in the day, you can be a talented person and they'll push your music. Now you almost have to push your own music, come to the labels with, hey, this song got, 10 million streams. Billie Eilish reposted it. And now I have a following of X on Twitter or not Twitter, but like TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, now we'll look at you because we have to see what you can bring to the table first before we can put your stuff on radio or in, these nightclubs and
Test
whatnot.
The waters.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, overnight too.
Yeah.
Do you know who Ian Asher is?
No, I don't.
Yeah, he popped off quick just because of like one song too, and then that song was used on every video on Instagram to promote like their videos. So if it's a sound. So they put a sound on Instagram, and then everyone else can use that sound to promote then their business stuff,
right?
Or their life, or whatever the case. That song then pops off, and then they put it on Spotify too. Spotify pays them, TikTok pays them. Yeah, everyone pays them,
and so then that's how they get. Yeah, they pop up. Well, I think for like an example that I can see who's kind of big. Actually, he's pretty big. John Summit, like he blew up.
Yeah, I knew of him before a lot of people.
Dude, I remember he came to Phoenix. I think this was like either right after COVID. Like it had to been like 2021, I think. And he was opening for Fisher and Chris Lake. But he was like the first, it was like somebody, him, somebody, and then Fisher and Chris Lake. And so Jerry, Jesse, and them were like, no, we need to go see John Summit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, who's John Summit? Like, I don't get it. And then like TikTok, Instagram, and everything just kind of blew up. Now he's selling out stadiums.
Dude's insane, man.
He's playing 2 slots at Coachella.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at both. I mean, he just knows how to hit like different niches, and he played at Commonwealth 4 years ago after the pandemic. Nobody knew who he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was there, and it's like that's crazy in Vegas. Like literally no one. So you can play one day somewhere and then pop off the very next week. Yeah. So even A-Craze was at Commonwealth too. So shout out Management and Holy House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they got a lot of good shows out there. Like, I love Dylan Nathaniel. He was just at Disco Pussy.
Yeah, he had a show the day before mine.
Yeah.
And both shows were pretty cool.
Love him. If you ever get him, you let me know because I will be on the next flight out there.
Nice.
But what's speaking of Vegas again, I feel like Vegas is not like a major hub for music, but like, what do you think in terms of like, what do you think Vegas brings to the music scene?
Well, I mean, I think it brings a lot because here's one thing. So Vegas is Vegas, and a lot of artists want to stop in Vegas. Mm-hmm. They want to be, at least any venue in Vegas, not just because of the venue, but because of the city. Because
the name.
The name, correct. So if you have a tour and you have LA, you have Arizona, you have Reno, but you don't have Vegas, like that should be a concern. Like why not? Like you should have Vegas on it. And if most artists want to have Vegas just because, it's everyone wants to play here, but not everyone's gonna know you're not playing at Marquee or XS. Right. You might be playing at Disco. But,
you're stopping in
you're
Vegas.
Still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that name in Vegas can be more valuable than like Montana or like.
Oh, for sure. Montana.
Arkansas or like all those names. No, I mean, nobody's really going to care about those names, I'd say. But, everyone's going to see Vegas, Los Angeles, New York. They're going to be like, cool, this guy's popping in the right markets.
Right. For sure. And that's, again, what you want. The market, the numbers. Exactly. I feel like that's what it is Vegas isn't like a hub. Like you're not seeing like people, I'm repping Vegas. Like there was like, I'm from LA or I'm from New York. But like Vegas is the market that you want to succeed in because that's where fans, money, opportunity, growth, because I feel like everyone looks for the Vegas residencies.
Oh yeah, we're putting Vegas on the map, honestly. I mean, those little markets and stuff. But now, I mean, there's a lot of promoters in Vegas, like really putting it on for Vegas. You know, Revelation's doing an amazing job. Altura's putting on for, you know, the Hispanics in Vegas, and, you know, the Hispanic community is growing so fast. So, you know, every promoter has their job. I went from looking at it as like competition to like now it's like there's always going to be another party.
Right.
There's always going to be an opportunity. Everyone can have their shot, you know. It's up to you how you perform. If you focus on somebody else, you're going to fail because you're too focused on them.
On what they're doing.
Yeah, if you focus on yourself, you're going to thrive because that's all you really care about. So I'm friends with all of them, and I truly wish them the best. And now I'm going to be able to work with them too, possibly. So we'll see.
Yeah. And maybe create like this mega, ultra crazy big festival in Vegas.
Exactly. I mean, never heard of EDC though, but
oh my God. Well, besides that, you know,
yeah, for the locals.
For the locals. Thank you. Yeah, for the locals.
Gotcha.
I feel like that's what Vegas is kind of missing. Not missing, but I feel like the local scene, I feel like has such more heart. They are the ones to actually show up and show out. Like EDC is great, Life is Beautiful is great, but like I feel like that's more for like the big brands and just everyone coming who's not a local, because they'll only be in Vegas for that weekend.
Correct.
They're not going to be there every weekend.
Yep.
And so it's what are you going to do? And you live there.
That's true.
So what's one like misconception you would say that that Vegas has?
I mean, everyone thinks we live on the strip, obviously, but no, with the locals, the local community is way bigger than people think.
Yeah.
It's huge. That like hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the biggest misconception. When people come from out of town, I feel they think everyone's from out of town, but in reality, when you go to a show, it's mostly locals.
Yeah.
I'd say. You know, if there's a show at Area 15, it's going to be
all locals.
90% locals.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown Event Center might have a little bit more of like people from out of town because it's a bigger show.
Right. It's a bigger show, and like you're right there in Fremont area.
Yeah, Fremont gets a lot of tourists. Yeah. So that would be the difference. But on the strip, I'd say that's like 90% like tourists. Tourism, yeah, for sure. Probably 95, even more.
Yeah, for sure. I say it like I'm like a local, but like, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I consider that's like Vegas is like my second home. Like,
yeah,
I've lived there. I have a lot of my friends there. Like, if I'm going, I'm supporting the homie. And like, honestly, I only stay at the strip like when I need to.
Yeah.
Like just to stay in the hotel room. But like, other than that, like I'm on the east side.
True. With the boys.
I'm on Bonanza and fucking, what's the cross streets? Bonanza and
Washington, Lamb, Lake Mead.
Some over there by the mountain.
Yeah. Shout out East Side.
Shout out East Side Vegas.
Let's go.
No, dead ass. Like it's again, I feel like that's like you said, that's one of the misconceptions that Vegas is just only tourist.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, there's 4 other sides of the city, you know, Northtown, East Side, you know, Summerlin, Henderson. Mm-hmm. Now we have Anthem, Southwest. Oh my God, now we have so much more.
Oh, like South Point too.
Yeah, all that, yeah. Everything.
It's just growing.
It's growing everywhere.
I have so much love for that city, and I like I was just telling you in the car, like if there was ever an opportunity for me to go back, I definitely would go back.
Yeah.
So like what's like on, you know, your vision board for 2024? Like what's one thing that you want to accomplish this year, but also where do you see yourself this time next year?
Yeah. See, that's the thing with me. I don't know. I probably should have more of like long-term goals, but I kind of just look at, you know, what's in front of me always. I feel if I build what's in front of me, it usually leads to the future just organizing itself by itself.
Okay.
But I do have goals. I'd say I want to book bigger talent, and just keep expanding. At the moment, I am expanding more, so it's working pretty well. Shout out to my partners. They're doing an awesome job, Elias and Brandon. So we're doing different markets, and we all kind of work together to build those markets, you know. And after today, we're going to try to expand even to Tucson or try to do other cities.
Wait. Did you just say Tucson?
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 Tucson.
Oh, my.
I don't know how these are pronounced. I don't know. Tucson.
That is so funny. I'm sorry, amigo. That was hilarious. Tucson, yes.
You're from there. I'm not.
Oh, I'm not from Tucson.
You live almost there.
Bro, I'm at half point. All right, half point.
All right, there you go.
But yes, Tucson.
Yes.
Great market, though. Great market.
U of A's down there. So, I mean, there's an opportunity there. But yeah, I mean, expansion very important, and also in Vegas, yeah, just to like grow margins. So that's like my biggest thing. I like to grow my margins because if I'm already doing good in one place, how do I do better?
Right.
So yeah, just get better within that, spot. I can go to the other spot and then do better there, and then over here, and then it all just comes together, and it helps. Each market helps the other.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And to build this fucking huge empire.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that's sick. And honestly, like, I see it. I see it going places. I see you literally, like, and that's why I wanted to bring you in today and, like, just even talk to you about this, because I can see the passion just, like, through social media. And even though we don't talk every day, like,
Yeah.
it's all love. And,
Yeah.
like, we're supporting each other in our endeavors.
Most definitely.
And just through the drive, like, it's crazy to see how much you've even grown this far.
Thank you.
So it's crazy. Yeah. Thank you for stopping in, first of all. But it's just, like you said, you got to keep that motivation, got to keep that fire under you, and it's only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah, you have to keep going. I mean, that is true. You have to believe in yourself for sure. Have fun, and don't let loose. You have to stay locked in always.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Well, thank you. We're at 46 minutes right now.
Okay, cool. Nice.
So I feel like this is a pretty good convo, pretty good episode. If you, I do have one more question. I always like to tell people this, especially like our age and like on these endeavors, like what would you tell yourself 10 years ago?
How old was I? 17. God, I'm old.
Bro, I'm the same age as you.
know, damn. Okay. No, I'm young. At 17, what would I tell myself? Damn. I mean, what was I doing in college? Sheesh. I was messing around a lot, that's for sure. I would say to focus and to find what you love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell myself, find what you love and don't ever let it go. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Find what you love. Don't ever let it go. For everything,
I'm going to get that tatted.
Find what you love.
Find what you love.
And don't ever let it go.
I love that.
There you go.
Oh my God. Hey, well, thank you so much, amigo. This was honestly so much fun. And I feel like, as your career progresses, maybe you can bring some artists in and we can like maybe start a whole thing about this. Like, I don't know.
Hey, whoever scratches my back, I'll scratch yours back too. We're going to have like artists here. We're going to have like friends. And if we can have like some comedy sessions or whatever, no, I'm kidding.
I mean,
we'll make jokes.
We could do a whole bit on that. Yeah, no, but for example, like dude, bring whoever. Okay, like cool. let's grow. Yeah. You're growing, I'm growing. Cool. Let's fucking grow together.
Tempe, let's get it, baby.
Let's get it. All right. Well, yeah. Tucks in. All right. Well, thank you so much, amigo. All right, and then just let everybody know like where they can find you, like socials, and what do you got coming up next. Cool. Yeah. So we have 2 pages for our business. We call it our expansion page. It's more for like all the states. It's called Unity Events _OFC, which is like OFC is like official. So that's gonna have like a yellow Unity Events photo, and then we have the Vegas one, which is Unity Events LV. So no underscore, no stash. And then those are our pages for the business. And then mine is Alex 2 X's _ Parra with 2 R's. So Parra. So that's mine. Awesome. Alex Parra, everybody. Thank you so much, amigo. Thank you so much. Cool.